My name is Thomas, and I'm a clown doctor. Here we are. When you just hear the word clown, you possibly have those guys in your mind. Colorful wigs, big nose, big shoes, big glasses. Those are the birthday clowns, party clowns, circus clowns. It's not us. We're not so scary. We don't have white faces. And to be quite sure. And there's a huge research about humor, benefits of humor on a physical, mental, and social way. But I'm not going to talk about scientific papers, and there's so many research around that. What I'm going to talk about tonight is what it takes to be a medical clown. I was requested from a little girl, let's call her Emma. She was at oncology. And I was requested to go there because she wanted to talk to me. And she said, "Could you please do me a favor?" I said, "Yeah, which kind of favor? What can I do for you?" And she says, "You know, my mom always bought those pink, fluffy princess dresses for me, and I love them a lot. They're really great. But now I'm thinking, when I go to be in heaven, a blue dress would be more appropriate." She tried to whisper, but she has a respiratory mask, and her parents and grandparents, they could hear what she requested me to do. So she says, "Yeah, could you please tell my mom not to be upset? I think blue would be great when I go to fly with angels." So I had to think for a moment, started to dig in my bag, and brought something in yellow. "Is this the right color?" "No, it's not." I dig again. "Is this the right color?" Was red. No, it's not." So finally, I found something in blue, and we all agreed that blue is the most beautiful color and the best color for her. And in those moments, it's nothing funny about being clown doctor. It's nothing funny about doing this, but it's rewarding. Could you imagine her face? Relief that her biggest concern was about her mom, and you as a clown could make this wish come true. This is what motivates us. This is what gives us a kick for next day. Those guys here are a part of our team in the front of the Princess Margaret Hospital. They're dedicated, lovely people, well-educated. And working with those guys, it's so motivating. It's unbelievable. And it takes a lot to be a clown doctor. It's not just about being there, being funny, silly, put a red nose, colorful wig. We don't do this anyway. It's about understanding of people, understanding what they want, understanding their needs, understanding how we could help them. I was inspired by the needs that we have, by tasks that we have to fulfill in the hospitals. And so I was able to establish world first academic education for clowns. It's International Institute for Medical Clowning, based in Christchurch, but connected to Steinbeis University Berlin. Someone asked me, why Berlin? Well, I thought I'm going to take ultimate challenge. and make a test in such a hard conditions, because there's no one in the world who takes humor so serious as the Germans. So yeah, clowns are going to be well educated. So we're visiting emergency department, we're visiting oncology, acute medical assessment. We're going to all departments, outpatient departments, and so on, so on. We're everywhere. And also in Wellington, we just started a few months ago to visit neonatal unit and do something for parents and siblings of premature babies. We also do some work as a part of rehabilitation process, which is nice. Teach the kids to juggle and balance the stuff as a part of a therapy. And there's one example I saw in Israel a few years ago when I went there for a conference in medical clowning. There was a boy, and his hands were burned, and they successfully replaced skin to his hands, but he has to do certain exercises to be able to stretch the skin, which is bloody painful. And this little boy actually refused to do this with his physiotherapist, but he struck the deal with a clown. And the clown came to him and said, "Look, guy, we do pretty simple thing. I'm blowing 10 bubbles for you, and for each 10 bubbles you catch, I'll make you a balloon animal." So at the time as I visited him, he has probably 300 balloon animals in the corner. Which, it shows that you can do actually therapy and make something funny out of it. And we also do geriatric program. We're working with people in dementia, with stroke, with elderly senior citizens. It's Princess Margaret Hospital. I mean, when you see this lady, her only concern was to find out where my French accent come from. Because when I'm in clown, I'm talking with my French accent, because talking in the German is not funny at all. So those are the beautiful moments. And yes, we have another special program. We established this program after the first earthquake here, the September earthquake, actually, but it was really busy after the February one. So we established a relief and recovery team to work with people displaced in relief centers. This photo has been taken just a few meters outside of this building in a parking lot. Mom said to me, "This girl doesn't respond to anything, and many people don't bother with her." But I had to try. I started to play some music, and then took her hand, and we played rhythm together, and all of a sudden she started to smile and start to play the rhythm together with me. I mean, this was the best thing on that day for me, for this little girl, and for her mom. And you see those guys? Huge, big, heroes, at your shoulder. And they, when I met them first time, they were standing in a circle, holding hands, and praying to get 2 minutes without aftershocks, so that they can go in a sky-rise building and check if they're still missing people. It was the second day after the earthquake. And I was standing there, carefully peeking between their shoulders, and one guy saw me, they started to smile at me, and they said, "Come on," and let me in their circle. So I was standing with them and did with them prayer, and after that I checked their blood pressure, gave them M&Ms as a special medication, and tried to release their enormous pressure. It's not just the physical pressure being there, doing this job, but emotional pressure was enormous. So what they did is they took me with them to their Camp Hollywood. They called this place at the Latimer Square where other search and rescue teams were based. So I went there, and they just passed me on to other group and said, "Take this guy with you." He gave us permission to laugh. So I spent quite a lot of time with search and rescue teams running through the town, and it was a very special time. We all were in pain and grief, and so many people that saw the clown, they would just saw this red nose and us as a sign of happiness, sign of hope. We're also working outside of New Zealand. Here is Aaron, one of our clowns in Auckland. He went to Kosovo and Bosnia and Albania, and he went to Indonesia after the tsunami. And here is Aaron in Lebanon, teaching kids how to prevent to be injured, or actually how to be killed by landmines, thousands and thousands of a landmine per square kilometer. So he was working there and did his relief work, and we are spreading also this work all over the world. And as a clown, we have those little nose, which is for us the smallest mask to the world. And we wear this mask, we're different. But this little piece of foam has a magic power. It gives you a freedom to be silly without anyone judging you. It gives you a freedom, it gives you a happiness, it makes you smile. I use this in a traffic jam. You just keep your steering wheel, look straight forward. Don't look left and right, this is for beginners. And everyone at the traffic light has a fun. But this nose is really powerful. So look at this little boy. His only possession was a badge with the Batman logo. So he came to us and wanted to trade his logo for a nose. So I was tempted to take this badge, but we gave them nose without taking his badge. So it's a beautiful image, beautiful image. You don't want to know what he did 2 minutes before this image has been taken. He was just puking in the suitcase of my colleague. I was pretty unwell, but Angie just made them smile again and brought them into a different stage. But since we started our program 5 years ago here in Christchurch, we spread to Auckland and Wellington, and we have seen around 80,000 patients and also their family members and staff at the hospitals. And I would like to share my vision with you. I would like to see professionally trained clowns in every hospital in New Zealand, in every hospital in Asia Pacific, and even worldwide. Why not to be a little bit further down the track? I would love to see that humor and laughter in hospital setting get the same importance as washing your hands for hygiene and prevention of infection. I would like to see humor and laughter being a part of common treatment, same as a Panadol, but without any side effects. Thank you very much, and keep smiling.